Alright, today we're going to be talking about the challenge course portion of the Train to Hunt competition. And let's get into it, talk about what we know already. Men's open, or I guess just men in general, you're going to be expected to carry 20 pounds in a pack around the course with you. Women, you're looking at 10 pounds. Challenge events, you got the tire drag, burpees facing string, step up and over, sandbag shuttle run, and the ground to shoulder. Tire drag, in Ken's video he talks about a couple ways to do it. Personally, I think the quick hand over hand kind of between the legs, I've seen people do it really fast. I think it's also good to keep a good momentum going throughout it and to not jack your heart rate too high right out of the gate, you know, because that's what you're starting with before you start the run. So when you're practicing, see how far you can go to red line, and then just below that is the pace you're going to want to be for that. Burpee facing string, I think it's for a team you're doing 20. I think for everything, you know, for individuals you're looking at 15 reps for everything. The key to this is going to be just don't get no repped. You know, Ken's got the standards up. There's no reason you shouldn't know the standards. As far as training for all these things go, a couple times a week should be good. You know, work them in there just so you're proficient at the movements and you can move fluidly through them. There's really nothing here that should be, you know, stopping you and making you take longer than a couple minutes. So when you look at the course and the event as a whole, I think the running kind of has a little more important role than maybe these actual challenges. You know, making sure you can get from event to event, because chances are if you're close, which I think a lot of the competitive people are going to be close on their times with all the physical challenges, it's going to come down to your shooting, and it's going to come down to how fast you're going, you know, when you're running. You know, it could come down to a foot race at the end, and you don't want to be the guy losing it. So, you know, work in some sprints and some intervals. I would aim, realistically, I don't think you're going to get a shorter than 3 mile course at the Nationals, somewhere in that vicinity. So that's the staple I would look to in my training, is how fast am I getting through, you know, 3 miles. Get that 3 mile time down, and I think it'll serve you well throughout the season. Step up and over, I'd stay low. You got to have 2 feet hit the ground on each side. You got to have 2 feet, you know, hit the top of the box. I wouldn't worry about standing up and unlocking my hips. I just get over with the least amount of effort and, you know, borderline terrible form it takes to get me over that box as quickly as possible. Sandbag shuttle run and ground to shoulders. For the sandbag shuttle run, men's open weight 60, women's open 40 pounds, men's masters 50 pounds, women masters is 30 pounds, men's super you're 30 pounds, women's super you're 20 pounds. Shuttle run, you know, whatever you're doing from the meat pack should be good enough for your shuttle run. I wouldn't focus too much on that. You know, like I said, I think it's going to get taken care of in your meat pack training. Ground to shoulder, 50 pounds for men's open, women's open 30, men's masters 40, women's masters 20, super master men's you're looking at 30, and women's super master you're at 20. Ground to shoulder form standards are as follows. It's got to come up from the ground, touch a shoulder, get to another shoulder, and back down. I'm going to tell you right now, Matt Anderson is going to be doing these as bent over and down as he can, and he's going to muscle the hell right out of this movement, and he's going to have very little distance to move it from the ground to his shoulders, and he's really going to get low. So that might be something you're thinking about. You know, you don't have to do a full clean with this thing and then, you know, move it over in these nice crisp movements. You want to save as much time as you can to beat your opponent to what's coming next. Independence team, we went over that. Equipment. bows, whatever you've been shooting, you're going to need to be taking your bow. You're going to need 6 arrows. You're going to need your release, stabilizers, whatever have you. You're going to want to find a bag for this. Like I said, Kifaru's coming out with a bag that may be just right for this. If not, they do make bags specifically for carrying these dry bags. If you just search dry bag pack, it'll come up. It's super minimalist, and it's really, that's what it's made for. It's perfect for this. I'm gonna try it this year. I know Gabe Krell's used it before and loved it, so look out there for that. Other than that, when it comes down to shots, a lot of guys test their heart rate, and you may want to too. Start testing your heart rate at what is your threshold from you making a good shot and a bad shot, because there's no way people are going to outrun a 30-second deduction when you're banging it, right in that 5 zone. So that's something to think about. Start training with the heart rate monitor. Make sure you're taking shots with an elevated heart rate and seeing where that threshold is from good shots becoming bad shots. Because, like I said, one of the most important parts of this particular event is going to be hitting good shots. You get to take a rangefinder with you, so practice ranging, practice coming up. I have done box breathing before, which is breathing in for 4 seconds, holding the breath for 4 seconds, and releasing for 4 seconds to lower my heart rate as fast as I can, and it's worked really well for me. There's a podcast Phil did with Ben Greenfield you may want to give a listen to over at Championship Bow Hunting about shooting with ice in your veins. These are all little things that can help you along the way, because you really don't want to give any points away on these shots. If you have a rangefinder, there's no reason you should not be getting that 30-second deduction for a really good shot. Other than that, any questions you have, hit me up here under the YouTube video, or head on over to the Natural Born Hunter Facebook page. Check it out. Check Phil's stuff out at Championship Bow Hunting. And if you haven't for some reason, go to traintohunt.com. Check out all the standards for the movements for yourself, in case I've missed something. And if there's anything else, I'd be happy to help you. Other than that, all I can say is get out there, practice, log it all, write it all down, everything you're doing, so you have a roadmap for your success. And work, hustle, hunt.